Yo, so we're here with my boy Ryan Mikols today.
What's up?
So we had a podcast interview we did with you about 2-3 months ago, and you were preparing for Q4. So we're talking about how you were scaling your store, what you were doing, trying to start more stores for Q4.
Yeah.
And so now that we're here after in December, how did so far Q4 has it been going for you? What have you been up to?
So Q4 has been okay. It could have been worse. It could have been better. So right now I'm on a reserve. I've been on a reserve ever since I basically started a store. Got a reserve as soon as I started. Got off the reserve, got on another reserve. So Shopify is basically holding 20% of all of revenue for ever since I started the store, basically.
Damn. And
that right there alone is super annoying, especially if you're doing 10K days. You got to think that's 2K minus from your payout every single payout. So it's kind of annoying. So it's kind of holding me back from scaling as far as I want to.
Yeah. And
number two, I've been running this product for about 8 months now. And the creatives, I have one creative that is still holding up for like the past 5 months. And every creative test I run just cannot stick. It can't stick. I can't get profitable with it. And that's my main issue right now. But I'm still doing, anywhere from 6 to 12K days right now, which is still really good.
Yeah.
Like I can't complain about that. But it would also be nice to be doing 100K days right now. But
are you trying to start more stores or scale as far as a product catalog?
So right now, what I'm going to do, there's another variant of my product. I'm not going to say what my product is for obvious reasons here, but there's another variant that is a smaller version of what I'm selling. And I'm currently, yesterday I just built out the product page, product images for that product. So that should be live in the next 3 days or so. I'm pretty excited to test it because I'm going to be the first one to the market with this product.
Okay.
And I have very high hopes for it just because I know the demand for it.
Okay.
So.
And do you do your creatives yourself as far as that goes, or where do you find your creatives if you're first one to the market?
Yeah, so I tried outsourcing my creatives, and it's a big pain in the ass. You guys probably think it's super simple to just, go on Fiverr or Upwork and find someone who can make creatives. The thing is, those people don't know how to make good creatives, so you have to train those people on how to make those creatives, and it's not as easy as it looks. I've tried it. I've ran through like 5 to 10 different people, and I can't get one to make good creatives, even after training them. Maybe I'm doing it the wrong way, but I still make my own creatives right now.
Yeah, okay, that's sick. Now, making your own creatives, just one store doing 6 to 12K days. If people don't already know you, if they didn't watch the last podcast, or if they didn't watch the last podcast, if you tell a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, when you started dropshipping, just an intro.
Yeah, so I started dropshipping right about a year ago. So my very first sale was December 1st of 2023, and that makes it a little bit over a year ago today. We're at December 10th of 2024.
Yeah.
And I got into dropshipping quite honestly just because of the hype. Like I just heard about the hype. I heard people are making money from it, and honestly I thought it was like this fake get rich quick scheme, another like course scam. Well, that's what I thought initially. And once I got that first sale, that's what completely changed my perspective. And right then and there I realized that you can make a genuine living off of dropshipping, even though as childish as it seems, you can make a lot of money from it.
Because I was just talking, I forgot his name was a second ago, but he was saying that a lot of beginners take dropshipping as a side hustle and try to just do it on the side for a couple $1,000s a month. They don't realize that it can be a legitimate business and a really profitable business. And so for dropshipping, like you said, you're running one store. What's the total revenue you generated in these last 10 months?
So this store has been running for around 7 to 8 months, I want to say. And right now, last time I checked, it was like a couple days ago, it's at like 870,000 in revenue.
Yeah, see, that's wicked for like your first big dropshipping store, right?
Right, yeah.
See, that's insane. And people still think that dropshipping is saturated in 2024.
Crazy.
And you started in 2023.
Yeah, you guys could start right now. Like, we're at an event right now. There's tons of people who, I can make a store tomorrow and pump $100 in revenue right off the rip just from testing. Anybody could do it. You just need to know how to do it.
So that kind of brings me on to my next question. If there's a beginner watching this podcast and they see this content and they want to start dropshipping, what do you suggest that they do? If, like you said, you can start a brand new store tomorrow and make money, what would you do? Yeah,
first thing I would say is stay away from gurus. It's very noticeable who's a guru and who's not. People who are only posting dropshipping content, nothing about their life but dropshipping. In my opinion, that's a guru. Stay away from those people. And number two, use YouTube. That is exactly how I learned, but from trial and error. I watched like hundreds of YouTube videos, free courses. I paid for courses, and I kind of extracted the information that actually worked by testing and trial and error with these different ad strategies, website designs, and I kind of extracted everything that worked and kind of threw it all together.
So as far as, I was also self-taught. I just learned from YouTube videos and trying it myself. And you're saying YouTube's pretty valuable. I do agree. But you also do offer a private mentoring program. So what's the difference if someone were looking to debate between going on YouTube, trying to be self-taught, or go through, example, your mentorship program? What do they get?
So first thing that comes up is budget. If you have the budget to afford a mentorship program to a legitimate person, I'd stay away from people who don't run stores anymore. If you find someone like myself who still runs stores and also does education on the side, I'd say that's a green flag, because that person has up-to-date information on what's working and what's not. You're not being taught from some person who's just recycling information that they used 5 years ago. So I think at first it comes down to the budget. If you have the budget to afford a mentorship, go for it. My recommendation to anybody who's starting out, if you want to test 1 to 3 products, set $1,000 aside and use that for ad spend, website, themes, apps, all of that, and you should be good to go.
Because what I was talking about earlier, and what I usually say to beginners as far as a budget goes, like, I think it's not smart to just start with no money, because it's just not smart. But I think if you're wanting to be self-taught, you can be successful. I'm pretty sure everyone I know who's actually stuck with it being self-taught has been successful. But it's going to take longer, and you're probably going to spend more money than you would on the mentorship program, learning drop shipping, versus spending that money up front to be successful within a couple of weeks.
I agree.
And spend less money. So it's all about like how you want to put your money, I think.
Yeah, that is 100% true.
So as far as 2024 now, about 3 months later, are you still using Zendrop to fill your orders?
Yes, I am. A lot of people call BS on that, but I actually do. I've been using Zendrop ever since like mid-December. So mid-December is when I started getting $1,000 days and whatnot, and I was using a previous supplier that wouldn't fulfill my orders for whatever reason. I still don't know to this day why my orders weren't being fulfilled. So then I chose Zendrop, and I just joined as a normal user. I joined as a normal user, paying for that Plus program, and it was great. And once you start bringing in some volume with your sales, they bring you up to their private agent program. And that's what I'm in now, and what I fulfill with. I'm in like a WhatsApp group chat with like 10 Zendrop employees. They, whenever I want a product sourced, say, hey, can I get this sourced? I get it sourced within that same day. So everything is there that you'd be getting, working with a private agent, price negotiation, having a team, fulfillment, all of that, private, even branding as well, like getting your logo slapped on your products. It's all there.
That's sick. And as far as I know, you launched your mentorship program after the last interview we did together, the private mentoring. So what's new about that, and why make people want to join that?
So I think the biggest takeaway from joining my program versus some other people's program is that you actually have direct access to me. A lot of these gurus or influencers who run a mentorship program, you don't actually get access to them. You get access to them. It's you could hop on calls with me one-on-one, text me 24/7 one-on-one. You basically get full range of being in contact with me. You can meet with me up to 3 times a week. That's
sick. And that's why I think that's what makes coaching so valuable, is if you can actually learn directly from somebody and ask them your questions. Because if you're just getting courses and just a blank course, it's no different than just watching YouTube videos.
But I 100% agree.
The value in coaching comes by actually talking to someone and getting your unique issues addressed too. Because everybody I talk to has different issues and different journeys.
Right, I agree.
Now, I can't remember off the top of my head your exact strategy for testing a product and starting beginning. So I'm not sure if it's changed, if it stayed the same. What's your strategy for testing a brand new product with ads?
So I primarily use Meta. I don't mess around with TikTok. I've always had inconsistent results with TikTok, metrics being funky, and I've just never really been consistent with TikTok. So I've always stuck to Meta ever since I started off, and that's just like kind of my bread and butter. So I always start off with the CBO. CBO is great using the flex. It used to be dynamic creative, but it's now flexible. That's how I test. I put 3 to 5 creatives inside of a CBO, 1 ad group, 1 ad level, turn on flexible, throw your 5 ads in, do 2 primary texts, 2 headlines, 1 description, and you're all set.
Just keep it broad?
Yeah, just full broad.
Because see, that's what I do as well. I keep everything broad. I literally make ads as simple as possible. But every course that I've watched has overcomplicated it so much.
Yeah,
They're
I
like,
agree.
do 4 ABOs with 5 different duplicate ad sets, 1 interest, 2 interest testing.
Yeah.
It's so
It doesn't work.
complicated. Yeah. What you need to do is make it as simple as possible. And beginners see it's simple and they think that they need to follow the course that has an entire PDF file of how to run ads.
Right. Because when you make it full broad, you're giving Meta full capability of choosing who to target at that point. You're not limiting Meta on who could target, which person by. If you throw an interest in, it's going to only target that group. It's not going to target the other groups that are left out of that interest, if that makes sense.
And then for scaling, it's as simple as just raising the budget.
So I do it a little bit differently than a lot of people do with Meta. I've always surfed. I've surfed my budgets. And what I mean by surfing is, you're going to increase the budget throughout the day. And I sometimes do 100% increases. It all goes based off of, how profitable that campaign is.
Yeah.
And, that really determines on how high I bump the budget. There's no set rules I have, like 20% increases. It's strictly however profitable it's running.
Okay. So are you surfing by hourly or bi-hourly?
So it depends. Again, like how many sales and how profitable it is. If I'm getting cha-ching, 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 cha-ching constantly, I'm going to be doing it every 30 minutes. I'll bump budgets. Like I'm super aggressive with scaling, and it's because I feel like I don't care. I don't care if the CPAs rise a little bit because they're going to come back down. I honestly, I think that's one of the biggest things that you have to be comfortable with when surfing is knowing you're going to be spending a lot of money per hour, and it's going to progressively increase throughout the day.
So what do your ad budgets daily look like right now to make $6,000 to $10,000 a day?
So by the end of the day, on one campaign alone, it's roughly around like $2,500, and it doesn't spend that $2,500 throughout the entire day. It's progressively increasing. So at the end of the day, I'm only spending around $1,500.
Yeah. Okay. And I feel like that's a pretty good place to be getting that kind of money.
Yeah.
And as far as scaling, I think as far as if someone's getting a winning store like yours and having $1,000 days just to test different products at the same time, do you think they should stay within their niche or expand to different stores?
So personally, I think niches do not matter. My first winning product was the makeup brush cleaner, as most of you guys know. I've publicly released that. That was in the beauty niche. And the current product I'm running right now is in a completely different niche, like almost opposite. So that gives you a pretty good idea of that niches don't matter. There's no winning niche or golden niche. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And before we end this one off here, do you have any extra... Actually, I have another quick question. I wanted to ask, I was talking about this earlier, I've been asking everybody, but a lot of beginners, I thought it was like a facade, but people ask, they're like, is there some secret group or is there a secret text group chat you have to be in to be successful that all the big dropshippers are in?
No.
Yeah. And as far as lifestyle, a thing that I've seen that I've kind of laughed at for a while is people are in here watching people like Iman Gadzi or more and trying to optimize their lifestyle before they optimize their business. So they're cold plunge, sauna, run every day and leaving a couple hours a day to work.
It's
How
all
do you feel
BS.
about that?
In my opinion, it's all BS. I think it's all dependent on how you start your day and what inputs you put in. I think that's the most important thing. It's all about what you do throughout your day, not about the cold plunges, all of that stuff. Like if you could make yourself productive throughout the day, sit down, work 6 hours, go to the gym, eat healthy, go to sleep at a reasonable hour, that is all you need. And wake up early, that's all you need to be successful. In my opinion.
So what does your daily structure look like?
So I've actually just swapped to a new schedule because I kind of get burned out of some schedules, and I think I found the perfect schedule to not get burned out on food or anything like that because I meal prep as well. So this is basically how it goes. Monday is boxing, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is lifting. So that's legs, chest and back, arms, and then boxing on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I do not lift whatsoever. No caffeine, nothing. Because, as most of you guys probably lifting, you guys take pre-workout, you drink energy drinks throughout the day. I think that was a really big thing I noticed is when I cut off caffeine for 3 days, I did a caffeine detox. I was unbearably tired, unbearably. And I think that was so worth it because after, me being able to drink an energy drink now, I feel like 10 times more locked in as I did when I drank one, a week ago. So Saturday and Sunday, no caffeine, no gym, kind of just a relaxed day, rest day, work very minimally, don't have to, put in a lot of hours on the Saturday and Sunday, kind of relax, play video games. As much as some people think video games are the worst thing for you, I don't think they're great, but if you could balance that with work and life, I think it's totally fine to play video games.
That's fire. And then so you wake up, Do you just go straight to work? Do you go to the gym?
Yeah, this is another big thing. Waking up and starting off the day productive. So previously, about like a month ago, I wasn't super productive. I'd wake up at 10 in the morning, doom scroll, lay in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think this is a super important thing. I found this out in January, and I noticed it made the biggest difference. Getting up when your alarm goes off. So if you have an alarm set for 8 o'clock, don't press stop and go back to sleep. Set your phone on a dresser or a drawer that is not next to your bed, where you physically have to get out of bed and start your day and move your body. You turn off that alarm, you jump right in the shower. You start your day like that. You don't want to waste time laying in bed.
So that's usually what you do. You just wake up immediately, go to the shower, and then just get straight to work?
Yep. Wake up, eat breakfast, get a little work in, go to the gym. That's basically my day-to-day.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's as easy as it can be. As much work as you can fit in a day. I think the lifestyle improvements and optimization come later.
Yeah.
And so I think before you try to do monk mode or whatever, you need to figure out how to
100%
build your business.
100%. It's total BS that has been carved into everybody's brain on YouTube because they watch these big creators who are able to do that.
Yeah. Now, before we end this off here, do you have a final word of advice for any beginners?
Final word of advice. Take a lesson from every single failure. That's the biggest thing you need to do.
Okay. Take a lesson from every failure. Well, it was good having you on, brother.
Yeah,
nice to talk to you again. We'll do update part 3 in a couple months, see how the stores are going.
Part 3, we'll see it. Q1.